Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Today I'm making cube steaks, but I'm serving it with a pasta cooked in a garlicky tomato sauce. So you're going to need a half a cup of oil in a large skillet. I'm not kidding. We have some mincing to do, but you need 5 cups of chicken stock on a low flame heating up. I'm going to do that right now. I've already measured my chicken stock out. Don't go out on me now. I need you. All right, we're not going to turn the skillet on because we have a little bit of mincing that we're going to have to do and start getting stuff together. They want 1 pound of pina, ziti, or other hollow macaroni. And the one I'm using is pina. This one, okay? I can't make those. So now we need 1 full cup of minced onion, and we're going to need 5 garlic cloves. That's why they call it a garlicky tomato sauce. We're going to be putting in a lot of garlic. So let me get this going. Oh, sorry. This is part of an onion, and I'm going to finish it up. Make sure you don't cut your fingers. You want 1 whole cup minced onion, better known as chopped. My son was reading some of the new cookbooks I have, and he says, "Mommy, they say sweat vegetable." I said, "I told you." They're trying to change the language of cooking to get away from the French terminologies. And it's not sweating the vegetables. What it is we are pre-cooking them and spilling their beautiful aroma into the oil or butter or whatever fat you have going. And that's what you're doing. The heat will open it, and just the oils of whatever vegetables you're sauteing will spill into that beautiful oil and give it that beautiful flavor that comes throughout all the food. So once you understand sauteing, sweating, stupid word. I got too far on that one. Okay, well, I did it. So it's not going to come out the way I want it to work. I'll make it work. It was nice chatting with all of you yesterday. I know all of you don't talk, but some of you do, and it was a pleasure. finished up that one. I'm going to need part of another one. Okay. This should do it. So any of you who are watching this video and you didn't see my live, Wednesday, somewhere between 2 and 3, I'm going to be making a pumpkin apple blondies that I created the recipe, and I will share it with you, and it will be a live. Somebody asked me, could I do a live? The reason I don't do a lot of lives is for the simple fact is I cook at 4 o'clock in the morning and 5, and nobody's up at that time. Sandra, you gotta go this way first. This onion wants to fall apart. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not up to that. If you're wondering why I'm not saving my peelings right now, is I have so much stock in the house and in my pantry. Chew! Chew! Hey, chew! Oh, excuse me 1 minute. Oh, Lord. That got to me. Well, it's a little more than a cup, but I'll use it anyway. I'm going to waste the last little bit here. You can go there. You don't fit. Okay. Anything else you want me to do here? All right, the onions have to be separate. All right, now we need 5 garlic. She actually reads, put as much garlic in as you want. Okay. I don't know if this garlic is as fresh as I thought it was. Found this in the refrigerator. Okay, that's one. Nana used to tell me that his mother, when they did the garlic and all, they braided it up and she had it hanging in the kitchen because she used so much of it. I don't know if they do it today. I'm sure they don't. But anyway, he taught me that trick. You ever grow garlic, braid it a certain way. And she used to just reach up. I think she had a fireplace in the kitchen. She used to just reach up and cut what she wanted at the time. using chicken stock. I used a whole jar of bone broth and diluted it, but it was chicken bones because I could tell by the color. Because beef is darker. So I'll have a lot of minerals in it. Another thing, the sunshine vitamin, which is vitamin C, which is rosehip, not ascorbic acid. I'm talking about rosehip and the bioflavonoids. Also found out that it helps mentally disabled children to have a better state of mind. In other words, they're happier, they're not as frustrated, they're easier to work with. So that sunshine vitamin helps people. Now I ordered something that says it's a replacement for coffee. I don't know how it is, but if it turns out very nice, I will let you know what it is. So if you don't want to have coffee, because remember, caffeine always raises your blood pressure, and a lot of people are on blood pressure medication. And it's the caffeine and the power drinks and the Red Bull and coffee, tea, chocolates, sodas, they have a lot of caffeine in them. So if you want to set yourself up for high blood pressure and stay on blood pressure medication, you can. But this stuff that I ordered, I'm going to try, has no caffeine in it. So I'm saying, I might be able to have this, which would be nice because my sons always say, Mommy, I wish you could have some coffee with us. So if I can have this in place of it, I'd be doing quite well. So I'll let you know how it is. Well, they want this chopped. Okay. Don't worry, I'm going to mince it. That's another word they're using when they say chop instead of mince. But I know what they're talking about. Just like I had to read those old cookbooks and they said hot oven, medium heat. I had to learn the temperatures to convert it into our stoves that have numbers on them. I might do a video and read those out for women who have old cookbooks and can't seem to understand the terminology to help you. So I know the older women probably already know this, because if they're my age, their mothers were home at the time. We had more of a family structure than what you have today. And maybe one day I'll try to do a cook-along video. I don't know if we can. I'll try. I've never done one. Like I said, I've never done a live really cooking, so I don't know how many people would be on. I think I did it once, but nobody told me if it went well or not, so I was unsure about it, but we'll give it another try. And then maybe someday we'll have a cook-along. If you want to cook with me, then that way you can get all the ingredients together, like me, on shopping day, and see if we can come up with a meal together. I think that's enough garlic. Don't you think that's a nice pile? I'm just getting all the prepping done before we go any further. Wine. All right, put a half a cup of a red wine. They say preferably dry. I don't know. I just buy cheap wines when I'm going to cook. I can't see putting out a lot of money for it, because I'll enjoy it too much. Oh God, this nose is running. All right, put that aside. We got the garlic aside, got the wine aside. All right. All right, we have to get the tomatoes ready. They want 2 cups of grated ripe tomatoes. Now, if you want to do that, you can. I'll tell you how. You cut your tomatoes in half. You have the flower end and the stem end. Cut it right down the middle. You take your grater and you grater. I would squeeze some of the juice out, but they want the juice with this, and you grater. The skin, the inside will grate and the skin won't. I'm not going to do that. All right. They want diced. Oh, I've got to take this off. Wait a minute. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I am not. I can just imagine the mess in my fingers and band-aids. I'll get carried away and forget and cut myself. All right, so I'm putting my garlic to the side. Now I went through all the cans, find one that didn't have preservatives. So I got whole tomatoes because all the dice were used up, and the dice that were left had preservatives in them. I didn't want preservatives, so I was very careful what I wanted. So this one has tomato juice, basil leaf, salt, citrus acid, which is vitamin C if you don't know that, and whole peeled tomatoes. Now they want, or I can have a 16-ounce can of diced tomatoes with their juice. And this one is 28 ounces. 28, so I'm going to take a little more than half with what I have here, because I couldn't find what I wanted. Maybe I should have just bought tomatoes. Okay. Diced tomatoes with their juice, right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Oh, I am gonna get you so dirty today. I'm going to use most of this. Oh, Sandra. Yeah, I did it. This should be pretty much all that I need. Okay, that's not enough. I'll add more, but that should pretty much cover it. bet you can guess what I did. Yeah, I did. Alright, I think we've done everything that we have to for now. So, let's get it going. You want to heat the oil? Well, how hot do you want it? They want it over medium heat. Not medium hot? Medium heat? Okay. So add your half a cup of oil to your skillet. Today we call them frying pans, but you go back in time, they called it a skillet. My grandmother called it a skillet. She didn't call it a frying pan. She said it's a skillet, Sandy. Go home, I must get the frying pan. So I had to learn both terms. Now we're going to heat this oil up, and we're going to add the onion into it. You've got half a cup of wine, and you have 16 ounces approximately of chopped tomatoes. Oh, we're going to need a whole teaspoon of red crushed peppers. We're not adding it in yet, but we'll get there. It seems I'm in the hot bin right now. Everything's got heat in it. By the way, the sausage and potatoes were very good. It had good flavor, spicy. You couldn't go wrong with it. I want a little more sauce, okay? I know. You know what she said, but... No, I'll bring you over in a bit. I'm going to keep you in the back, or I'm going to hit you and knock you over. So maybe you're going to be safe there for now, away from me. That's not hot yet. We have to wait. A ladle is approximately half a cup. Just letting you know. We're still waiting. Come on. I'm waiting for it to simmer. Like I tell you, you can actually see it simmering a bit before it gets really hot. You'll see it. Put your onions in. saute these. But remember, if you read a recipe that says sweat, it's actually the act of sauteing. So for the young people that are learning these new terminologies, if you really like cooking, you'll want to get into the old cookbooks, and you're not going to be able to understand them, so I'm trying to bring it to your attention. But they say in the new cooks to sweat the vegetables, they're actually telling you to saute them, and the act of sauteing is actually drawing the beautiful oils and flavor of the food into the oil. Just like I think today I'm going to do a video and I'm going to explain the old-fashioned terminologies, because I'll read a recipe from a cookbook so you don't understand it, and then I'll give you how you can read them and understand what temperatures you bake at. So you'll always be able to have it, and I'll label it, you know, how to read temperatures. And for people who don't see this video, they won't understand what I'm talking about until they see the video. Or I might name it, what is the temperature? And in this way, you know, they can help translate these old recipes that they want to try. Just making sure that they don't toast. I just want to saute them. And if you actually smell it, you can smell the oils taking the onions' flavors. This is how you make flavorful oils. You can add your garlic. And your red pepper flakes, which is 1 teaspoon. Stir it around. You do not want the garlic to brown. You just want to cook the flavors. Like I said, this is all getting the flavors together. Add your wine, which is a 1/2 cup. That's going to smell good. Well, they said as it boils, you're going to add your tomatoes. That's not enough. I got more. And we're going to put a pinch of sugar in this. I usually do not put sugar in these. I don't like sugar, but the recipe says to. All right, I can bring you closer now. see what else it wants me to do. Alright, we have to raise the flame now. And we're going to thicken this up a bit. They're telling us to stir it, so I am stirring. Sorry about that. I heard something, so I wanted to check it. Now they want you to add 2 cups of the chicken stock. Remember, I said a ladle is a half a cup. As soon as this comes to a good boil, we're going to add all our pasta, whole pound. Now we're going to have to stir this often as it absorbs this liquid until we get to a dente. We'll add a little more, a half a cup at a time, until this is all cooked. Notice we haven't put any salt in it yet. I'm going to add some. Everybody's using pink salt now, but there is a problem. If it's not from Himalaya, it could be synthetic and you're not getting what you think you're getting in it. That's why I don't use it, because Himalaya salt is very expensive, and if you get an inexpensive one, you're not getting the real thing, and then you're going to find out you're going to have problems. have to stir this extra, they said. As long as it's boiling, I do not have to have it on hard. Now they said you might not use all the stock, or you might use all the stock. If you do and you still need more, they said you can use water in place of the stock if you run out of stock. As this pasta cooks, it's going to stick, so you're going to have to be stirring it a little more often than you expect. That does smell good. They say to get a hard cheese to grater to serve with this, so I'm letting you know. And they want 2/3 of a cup. They said it's going to take about 20 minutes for the pasta like this. they say this can take up to 20 minutes, so do be very patient with this. You want to add more. You can imagine just how rich this is going to be. So I'm going to keep cooking that, and when it's done, I'll be back. Okay, adjust your salt to your pasta and taste your pasta, and see if it needs more stock or it's cooked. That's how you have to do it. See, mine's dry. See that? Now they said a hard cheese. This I'm putting Parmigiano. I want you to put it in, stir it around. That's it. Cheese is going to melt, and then we'll put it into the bowl, and then I'll get on to those cube steaks. A different way of doing pasta, which is nice to learn. It gives you more variety. Like there's different ways of making polenta. For Americans, they usually call it corn mush. But we call it polenta being Italian. That's the only word I knew when my grandmother said corn mush. I couldn't figure out what she was talking about. Here it is. Very simple dish. Easy to do. So listen, you take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.